So, have you ever wondered how the super rich, the really rich, stay that way for like generations? It's not just about picking good stocks. No, they have a secret weapon, something called a family office. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this invisible engine that powers some of the world's wealthiest families.
Okay, let's just imagine for a second. What happens when you have so much money that managing it becomes a full-time, ridiculously complex job? We're talking about a level of wealth where your regular financial advisor just can't cut it. It's not just about your investment portfolio anymore. It's this giant, tangled web of businesses, real estate, taxes, legal stuff, even your personal life, and it all needs a kind of central command to run it.
So, what's the answer? Well, you don't just go out and hire another advisor. No way. You build your own personal mission control, a private, totally dedicated command center for your entire financial universe. An organization that has one job, and one job only, to serve your family and nobody else. And that right there is what we're talking about today. It's the family office solution. I love this description. It's like a personal CEO for your fortune. This is the sophisticated, often invisible structure that's really behind so many of those famous family dynasties you hear about.
All right, let's get into the official definition. The two words you really got to focus on here are private and centralized. See, a family office isn't like some big bank you can call up. It's a completely private company set up by one single ultra-high net worth family, that's just the fancy term for the mega wealthy, and its whole purpose is to manage everything under one roof. The ultimate goal? Making sure that fortune not only survives, but grows for generations to come.
Now, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Family offices actually come in two main flavors, and understanding the difference is pretty key. Okay, so on one side, you've got the single family office, the SFO. This is the top dog, the absolute pinnacle. It serves just one family, giving them total control and complete privacy. Then you've got the multifamily office, or MFO. This is where a bunch of wealthy but unrelated families team up. They get access to the same kind of services, but they share the costs and the resources. So it's really a trade-off, right? Do you want the ultimate, bespoke, custom-built machine, or a more cost-effective model that's still incredibly powerful? So, how much money are we talking about to have your very own single-family office? Get this. The typical starting point is a net worth of over $1 billion. Yeah. That's the kind of capital you need just to make the cost of running this thing make sense. It's truly a billionaire's game. Now, for a multifamily office, the bar is a little lower, but let's be real, it's still incredibly high. You're usually looking at a starting point of around $20 million. So it's still super exclusive, but this model opens the door for more families to get in on the action by pooling their resources together. Okay, so we've got the structure down, but now for the really fascinating part. How do these offices actually invest all that money? Because this is where they are on a totally different planet from the rest of us. They're playing a long game, a really long game. Just take a look at this. The big thing that should jump out at you is that huge slice for private markets. See, most of us, we think about investing in public stocks and bonds, right? Stuff you can buy and sell easily. Family offices, they're way more into investments you can't just trade on an app. Why? Because they're not worried about what happens next month or next quarter. They can afford to lock up their money for years, even decades. And that patience gives them a ticket to a whole world of opportunities the rest of us never see, like getting it on the ground floor of the next big tech company or funding a massive new bridge. So how do they put that capital to work? It really boils down to three main strategies. First, sure, they invest in big private equity and venture capital funds, just like a university endowment might. But here's the kicker. They also do a ton of direct investments. That means they're buying a piece of a private company straight up. This is huge because it means they skip the middleman fees and get a real say in how the business is run. And finally, they'll co-invest, which is basically teaming up with other big players on a specific deal to spread out the risk and tackle even bigger projects. And all of this is built on one simple but powerful idea: patient capital. Honestly, this is the family office's superpower. It's money that isn't in a rush. It can be invested for 10, 20, even 30 years. There's no pressure from shareholders screaming for a quick profit. And you can imagine this gives a new business the breathing room it needs to actually grow and succeed. It makes family offices a dream partner for a lot of entrepreneurs.
I mean, look at this timeline. It really puts it in perspective. Your typical investor on Wall Street is obsessed with the next 3 months. A family office? They're thinking about the next 30 years. They can plant a seed in year one, spend the next decade helping it grow, and not even think about cashing out for 25 years or more. It is a completely different mindset, a truly generational way of thinking.
But here's the thing. This whole long-term generational thinking, it's not just about investments. It seeps into every single part of the family's life. The family office is more than just a money manager. It's like the ultimate power-up for the entire family and its legacy. I mean, the scope of what they do is just wild. It's one central command for everything, all the financial stuff, all the legal paperwork, even personal affairs. You get complete privacy and total control of your assets. They handle the super important job of planning how to pass the wealth down to the next generation. And then there's the lifestyle management. We're talking everything from booking the family's private jet to hiring the staff for their estates. It's the whole shebang, all run from one place with one single strategy. And this quote really nails it. At the end of the day, the number one job isn't just to get richer. The key function is to navigate that incredibly tricky process of passing not just the money, but also the family's legacy and values, down to the next generation and the one after that. So there you have it. That's the Billionaires Playbook. These family offices are this private, incredibly powerful, and unbelievably patient force moving through the global economy. They're shaping companies, funding new industries, all quietly behind the scenes. And that leaves us with a really big question to chew on. As more and more wealth gets concentrated into fewer hands, are these quiet private family offices becoming the real power brokers who are shaping the future? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching.